I'm global editor of AccountingWEB. We're a website for 120,000 accountants from business and practice, and Access brought me in today just to bring an external view of what the role of the CFO should be. If you're going to be strategic, I think that starts with understanding exactly where you are and what the hurdles are, and then beginning to make the rest of the organization aware. This is the 2016 paper on the CFO's competencies for the future, and it's all about the partnering approach, collaborating with your colleagues, rather than spending all your time processing data and just answering queries and hacking through Excel spreadsheets. It's becoming the strategic advisor, influencing the direction of the company, all those good things that management accountants should be doing. Because finance people already know about compiling data and validating it and reporting on it, they're inheriting this chief finance data officer role. In reality, there's a lot of barriers between getting all that data. There's all the compliance demands, and they have been accelerating. GDPR, it's at root, it's just documenting what you do, having known policies, and if someone does come and say, delete my data, produce the data they want that you've got on them and delete it. And late payment reporting, I understand that that's another compliance report that's going to be demanded of you. So they're always there, and they seem to be getting worse, and there are more of them. At AccountingWEB, we did a survey where 67% of all the respondents said they'd been more strategic in the past 3 years, and 87% of those who called themselves CFOs. When we said, do you do strategic analysis, it was actually 2.2% of the people said they were doing that. There was a huge gap in our survey between the dream and the reality. There were people who'd done Brexit impact plans, but that was 7%. Again, didn't seem quite strategic. And if you start looking at, could the exchange rate be affected? And might all our costs start going up? What will happen to our international trade terms, those interest stats? Will we be doing that? Just what would be the cost impact if the VAT regime changed? And if you've got transport-based, logistics-based industry, there's going to be delivery times will change. There's loads of stuff. Only a small minority of our strategic CFOs were doing that sort of thing. The companies that will prosper are the ones who manage their data best. Everybody is trying to bring together web-based platforms and areas where they can integrate different tools all together. The more automation you can bring in, the more time you'll save and can devote to more strategic behaviors. We have all this data on software usage trends within the profession. Practitioners as a whole, they'll always have some cloud system in their office because they always have lots of different systems supporting their clients. There's just been really stagnant activity in the mid-market. People aren't shifting to new systems. You've made the software you've got work for your processes, and just rigging up a few cloud apps to replace that, it doesn't quite happen yet. The uptake of apps has been completely driven by the sort of expense capture tools amongst the practitioners. It really makes the life a lot easier for your finance team, and it's a really good area where instead of seeing if the number's right and checking every detail, you can impose rules in the app and just pick out the exceptions. The numbers of tools coming out in the data warehouse, once that stuff is ready configured, if you can cut out all the work it takes to assemble the models and keep them fed and validated, the more time you make for yourself and your team. The final thing a strategic CFO does is actually using the numbers to communicate, to actually have conversations with colleagues, and that's what finance people would love to do. The cutting edge of CFO and finance director activity these days is happening on the practice side. These people who've embraced all these tools and applying them, who've seen what the cloud tools can do and thought, I can build a business around that. They use the numbers to tell a story, and they're getting the client to look forward. So they're not replacing in-house finance teams, they're just taking it, they're democratizing management, accounting, and strategic finance. But you really, really can learn a lot from what they're doing. Focus on things that improve the customer experience and customer service. That does translate into better profitability and better growth. Innovation is kind of the currency of management these days, but if you innovate well, it works. The real innovative accountants are always like, what can I fix next? You can get to your strategy in small steps by just finding one thing you can fix, and when you fixed it, find the next biggest pain you can fix. Do that in your own finance teams, and after a while, you should see you become a little bit fitter and a little bit stronger, and you can take people further with you. Access Workspace is really interesting. It's part of this year's trend across the industry. The way it's keeping the dimensions and focal point users, supporting them on the products they know and love, but also giving them access to this new world of cloud integration. It's a clever move.